Loop means, you had a moments of anxiety, reaction, blame, and complaint in the past, maybe thousands of times. It has accumulated deeper level of what the modern science says subconscious and unconscious mind. It is always available, and it can be triggered by a situation, event, or a confrontation with anyone. It can trigger. It is present. So whatever is present will manifest. The triggering situation is outside.
Yeah.
So it means we have to break the loop. If we don't break the loop, mind will continue to accumulate those impressions of reaction, anxiety, duality, and a conflict. And then, when you will be 90 years old, you will still remember all those accumulated impressions, and the mind will say you have never lived a life in peace and joy.
Yeah.
People, many people, 99% of the people think that how to increase this lifespan. They never think how to live in peace, happiness, joy in this very moment.
Yeah.
So I live in peace in the waking, since I wake up in the morning until I retire to the bed. That day is equivalent to 1,000 years.
Yeah.
But when we count on the physical age, 90 years, are you in peace? No. My honey ditched me and then I divorced. My son did thing, I have a complaint against my son, my daughter, my relations, my sibling. How long you have been blaming and complaining since my childhood?
Yeah.
Mental loop. And this mental loop cannot go by practice. Mental loop means that certain type of thoughts, feeling, and emotions are continuing. It has to go by another set of thoughts. These mental loops are caused by ignorance, delusion, and impurity of the mind. And if we don't remove that impurity, that delusion, by a thought process, which I have been saying, contemplation and reflection, it is not going to go. Mental loop on one event, mental loop of another event, third event that we have already experienced until now, maybe 39, 38 years of the age, you might have experienced thousands of times. It has an accumulated impression, and event may be any event. It may be good or bad. Those impressions from deep inside will trigger, and when it trigger, it creates further impression, and ultimately we start living what we call suffering, anxiety, duality, and a conflict. 3 years continuously without any break. I continued the group session for these 5 or 6 women plus 1 man. No change. Today I said this month will be totally free for you all. Don't pay me. But you are not changing. So after this month I will see whether I should continue or not. You contribute, you pay me. I would be happier not paying me this month and changing yourself. I told them openly. There's a recording I posted on the YouTube also. Why? Why I brought up this topic? When the mental loop becomes so obsessive, impulsive, that your mind claims this is the reality. This is false I is the real I. When the false I is the real I, then you don't change.
Yeah.
You don't change. And when you don't change and still we rationalize, you see that I didn't say anything to him and but still he reacted. What should I have done? Enough is enough, so I also reacted. I also become agitated. What should I do? Now I'm not helping you to recall your memories with three beautiful girls. That is the past. Forget it. I told forget the past. So in the next session, I told him that how many times you did the practice. Oh, you told me you forget the past. Oh, so did you forget to practice meditation also? Yes, because you told me forget the past. Mental looping. This is mental looping.
Yeah.
Because that mind returns again and again with the blame, complaint, fear, anxiety, reaction. We have to break this mental loop. If we don't break the... Oh, are you doing the mala practice regularly?
Yes.
Very good. Continue, do not stop it. Mala practice will help you to move into a different level of your awareness. So, very good, you are doing it. So, today's topic is that you break the mental loop. How? By the first verse of this text and free the mind. You free the mind from the mental looping in the morning, during the day, in the evening, before retiring to the bed. The whole day passed peacefully.
Yeah.
The next day you have prepared free from the mental loop. And if you are repeating it again and again and again, daily practice, the life is going to change. Eastern wisdom visualizes, had a vision of that kind of a vision in the life, that you are totally free from this mental looping. Modern science, society and sociology or philosophy, or you can say what modern science, they talk about what? They talk about SID. Where is SID? Stress induced disorders. They say it is stress induced disorders, or they also say what is that? Psychosomatic disorders. Psycho means the mind, somatic means the body. So whatever the mental looping is present in the mind, it is constantly agitating the body. So mind body. Psychosomatic, mind body. Soma pertains to the body. Somatic. So they underline different causes for millennials, or you can say for people. They say overstimulation. Overstimulation. means that I have a tendency to react.
Why are millennials overstimulated? Because of like our phones and all the access to everything?
Yes, they have access to everything at the surface level without understanding their cause and effect. So they feel overstimulation is normal. And that overstimulation is nothing but a perception with a projection.
Yeah.
Well, you see that now? Now you can easily understand. It's a projection with perception, projected perception is there.
I think a lot of the times they're using it to check out, to self-medicate. You know, if they waste hours on their phone, then they don't have to worry about all the problems in their life, and it's a bit delusional.
It's a delusion. Yes, you are right, it's a delusion.
Yeah.
During the session, I also have my phone is there and I see the phone, I just disconnected. I simply say send the message. Anyone is there. How important is. But I feel the importance of picking up the phone even during the meditation because of projection.
There's like have you done like research on it? You get like a dopamine hit every time someone texts you and call you, and so it's people like they get overly, well, I would love your opinion on that, but they get overly addicted to, like, if they see a text, they have to answer it because it gives them this rush of feeling, which is, yeah.
It is a projected perception.
Yeah, yeah.
So when you recognize it is a projection in your mind, you are aware. There is a self-awareness. And that self-awareness prevents the dopamine hit. So you say, okay, I will respond. I will respond. When? When I find the time. So
yeah.
You are relaxed. There is no dopamine hit. There is no overstimulation.
I'm not good at that. I feel like I'm always having to answer everything right away and do everything right away because I know why I do that. It gives me a feeling like I'm getting stuff done, and that feels good. Like that I'm taking care of things, and it's like I'm just, I want to get better at that.
Tell me, when you are going to drive your car for 30 minutes, I will send you 10 questions separately. While driving the car, you respond to my question.
I'll still answer it while I'm driving.
That is overstimulation. You should stop
I know.
You should stop it. Where is the problem? Even if I respond to you after 5 minutes, an hour, so it gives me a space to reflect.
Yeah, you and I never talked about that. I don't know what this falls into, but I also struggle on the opposite end of that, where if somebody doesn't respond to me right away or in an hour or in a timely manner, then it aggravates me.
Yeah, that is your second problem, attachment to the identity rules.
Yeah.
That is your attachment. I have sent it, and I've just finished the task. Okay, now let me see when someone responds or reacts or whatever does.
Yeah.
So in the first case, you rightly said it's a dopamine hit, projected perception. In the second scenario, it is attachment to the idea. No, I have already sent him. You should respond to me. The message has already gone. Why? The world should work according to you. I am my brand, I am my job, I am my trauma. I formed a toxic dependence on the external validation.
Yeah.
I take it easy. You have sent me. Okay, you have, okay. So both problems are of mental looping and impulsive checking.
Yeah.
Refreshing likes, rereading text, mind ruminating leads to exhaustion and anxious and inertia. You sent me the text and I should get worried. Why? I expect that you should respond to me. Why? So that why indicates my projected perception. Projected perception because of the mental looping because the mind is outside with the likes and dislikes with an attachment, and it creates a series and chain of thoughts. So I have a bad expectations and good expectations. So my mind constantly ruminating, okay, I will get a response saying yes, I have already found the answer. So if your mind already knows the answer, why you are sending the text? That is also known as the overstimulation dopamine hit.
Yeah.
You don't use the intellect. The dopamine hit is always with the animals. Bite of the food. Come on, come on, come on. They are full. They are full and still. It's come on, come on. Even your dog. You may train them. And that mental looping results into intellectual paralysis. You bypass the intellect. When you bypass that intellect, you have a problem of compulsion, of impulsive nature, and that is causing the problem. So from today, even if someone send you the text, I'm going to buy your 16 million home, you are driving, don't you may see it, okay, but you wait, you drive home, then you sit down, you check the mind that now I'm sitting down relaxed, let me check all the messages, and then I will respond one after the other. Make it sure that you don't respond instantly.
Yeah. I think I could tell you that's a good idea because I think a lot of the times is like things will start to accumulate, and then that's when I get so overstressed. Like if a work text and then an email and then a call, and then like if I feel like I'm not handling things right in the moment, then I feel like it's gonna pile up to this big thing, and then it feels so overwhelming.
Even if you are 90 years old, it is going to pile up.
Oh, I hope not.
And if you have responded instantly, what benefit it has given to you?
It's like a false sense of like thinking you're like beating time or you're
Yes.
it's like it's this it's not I think it's a false sense. I can't think of the right words right now.
You're right. It is the false sense of satisfaction. False sense of satisfaction continues from one message to the second message, from one work to the second work.
Yeah.
Have you taken your dinner today?
I have, yeah.
Oh, very good. So from tomorrow, don't take the dinner. You have finished the task.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? Why you are going after false sense of satisfaction? Why you are going to take a dinner tomorrow? So you have to think, what is the physical necessity I have to fulfill? physical necessity. Sleep, physical necessity, and then waking up and sleeping and doing some physical, practicing meditation, all these you have put in your agenda, these activities. Now come to the emotional and mental activities. Someone texted you. Obviously, it is not urgent. Otherwise, he or she should have called you.
Yeah, you read my mind. That's exactly what I was going to say. I think that there's never been a text or an email that's been a 911 emergency.
Yes. So any text or any email is 911, is not 911.
Yeah.
And if it is not 911, I have to tell my mind the moment I pick up the phone while driving. Not only you save yourself, but you also safeguard others.
Yeah.
Who knows what is going to happen? So you drop the mental looping by a thought. It cannot be dropped by just the practice. That is what I was saying to you.
Yeah.
So we came to a conclusion, a very good point. From today, make a time, maybe 1 hour or half an hour during the day in the afternoon, or after practice of meditation, another 15-20 minutes. Let me check all the messages in the email and respond to it. In the afternoon or in the evening when you return home, I will send the message. So people will also recognize, will acknowledge that he will respond. Wait. So you are helping them also.
Okay.
You are not only helping yourself, you are helping them also.
Okay.
So that is one understanding of breaking the mental looping. And now our master in this text says, guides in another way. He says, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam. Instead of remembering the mental looping impulsively, you remember that I am of the nature of peace and happiness. I am of the nature of peace and happiness are within me. On the surface, if there is a mental looping, it will pull my hands towards my phone to check the message and to react instantly. No, I am aware of the peace and happiness and peace. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam. I am translating into based on your age group. Then second line it says Mudhamate. Mudhamate. So you instantly recognize foolish mind, deluded mind, why you are returning to the phone, why you want to respond now when you are driving, why you are responding when you are talking to someone. Sometimes we feel we are a great guys, we are very busy guy. So you are talking to someone and you start responding to the message. You not only are disturbing the one you are communicating, you are also disturbing yourself.
Yeah.
Do you do that?
Yeah, because I'm laughing because every time we're in a meeting, my dad, he always answers the phone, and it's my brother and I look at each other, and it's funny because it's so annoying. It's like, Dad, we're in a meeting. Stop answering. It's for nothing. You just realize that we're so addicted. So addicted to it's like we're addicted to connection. We feel like we need to be connected all the time. And like if we're not texting or doing social media, which I don't have, then we feel alone. And I think people are very afraid to feel alone.
We are connected as we feel while answering anytime, anywhere. But can I tell you why you are laughing? But your dad is disconnected with himself.
For sure.
You see, your dad is disconnected with himself. That is the point of laughing. That is the point of a smile and laughing. So don't get upset. You need not to get upset over the attitude of others.
No.
Thank you, Dad. I love you because you responded the phone call. Where we are now, let us restart the meeting. Let us restart the meeting. Oh, yes. Then your dad will appreciate you. But you are reacting to it, so he doesn't appreciate
you. Yeah.
So it means you don't want an appreciation and acknowledgement from your dad. So it's your fault.
Yeah.
Why I said that is your fault? Because you are a seeker. Seeker is always mindful. Non-seeker will argue that no, that my dad is wrong. Because they don't have any other option to prove.
Yeah.
So next time, second thing that you should remember, that whenever you are in a meeting and dad answers, very good, dad, thank you, at least, you are very quick. That is why you are my dad, you answer. So let us reset the meeting where we are. Let us start. I appreciate and acknowledge. Finished.
Yeah.
So what happens? You are preventing your own reaction and you are responding. Why? They don't want to be a seeker. They want to live their life the way they are living. They feel they are more intelligent and genius, and after all, the dad is always more intelligent than their kids. By default.
Yeah, he mentioned something like that today on the drive home, like that, well, because he's been alive longer, that he's a lot wiser. And I didn't get into it. I just said, yeah, you're right. I didn't want to get into it with him because it wouldn't have gone anywhere. But it's funny you say that, because it seems like, and it's not just my dad, it seems like anybody that has seniority on somebody thinks they're smarter. Even me, if I'm looking at a 20-year-old, I could fall into this, I know more than him, which is...
Wisdom can awaken any time, and it happened to me also. I joined the federal government job long back in 82, 83. And I worked there for 26 years. So after 2 years of working, I understood each and every part, that what is my job and how to do it. But there was another woman who was 25 years senior to me. And she has a habit of pointing to me all the time, every day, 10 times. I have 25 years more experience than you. So after working for 2 years, understanding each and every aspect, I started increasing a new level of proficiency in my job. And after 2 years, I invited her for a cup of coffee and I told her, what you have learned in 25 years, I have learned in 2 years. And I'm more proficient than you. So your 25 years of working, your experience is equivalent to my 2 years of experience in the job.
Yeah.
But it all happened because of the blessing of my master. My master gave me this tip. So what we were talking about, we are talking of the same subject, break the loop. How? By this first verse. And I told you the first two lines of the verse, the first line of the verse. Instead, I should remember, I should be aware that my nature is peace and happiness. I'm of the nature of the real self. And I check the foolish mind, deluded mind, which is caused by the mental looping, and it is ready to trigger impulsively in any event, in any relationship that I want to prevent. Third line says, third line is more contemplating. How long I have been reacting? For the last 10 years, I have reacted 100,000 times. Did you work on that? You know why you react? It is because of mental looping. Is there any chance that you can drop it? No, I don't have a chance. That how long you are going to do it? Until you die? Then you are not living in peace and happiness. This is the right time to do it. So instead, your reaction is repetitive, your anxiety is repetitive, your blame is repetitive. Let the peace be repetitive.
Yeah.
Let the calm be repetitive. So the next time your dad and you are meeting and he answers the 10 phone calls in 1 hour, very good. You enjoy, you check, oh, I'm in peace, yes, I'm in peace. Then you acknowledge and accept and appreciate your dad. You are wonderful, Dad. So these are the two things that you need to pick up every day to bring about a change. With that change, we have to break this loop. Break this loop. Break this loop. So I was thinking about giving you a lesson early in the morning, maybe around 11:30. And then I thought, break the loop. Can I create an acronym on the break so that you will remember? It will imprint on your mind instead of the imprint of your impulsive nature. And I got the idea. I spent about 15-20 minutes and half an hour. And I made the break as an acronym. B means behold. R means recognize. E means and. A means awaken. K means keep returning. Instead of keep returning to your impulsive nature, when the dad is answering the phone, you keep returning to your peace.
Yeah.
Break. Remember, don't forget, break. Behold. What is the behold the real self? Or recognize the foolish mind. What happens when there is an intellectual paralysis because of very deep mental looping and delusion? That foolish mind tries to rationalize and prove that that mind is right.
Yeah.
How? Dad, we were in a meeting and you picked up the phone. What is the need of it? He did wrong. In a meeting, he should not have picked up the phone. And you also did wrong.
Yeah.
Why should I do it? It's a looping attachment. B. Behold the real self. Don't forget this. First two activities during the day and then the break. You have to break the mental looping, free the mind, and you are happy there and then. B means behold the real self. How do you behold the real self? You become aware of the projection projected thought and you smile and you say, okay, let me have a perception only. You recognize the foolish mind in that situation, in that location. Foolish mind. You are driving. Oh, let me check whose message is. Whose message is this? Even the president, our president, doesn't pick up the message. And you have become so busy. You are so much organized that you want to answer the phone messages instantly. Really? Don't you recognize the foolish mind? You are in a deep sleep, you receive 10 messages. So it means you should stop sleeping. Who knows when the message will come?
Yeah.
R. No, B.R. we have done. E. And bad expectations from these messages, from the world outside. Bad expectations means I have an expectations from the world outside. Why? Because of the delusion, because of the projection, because of the mental loop. My mind should think the moment I have all these situations that I face in the world outside, I have to recognize my mind is expecting peace and happiness from people or possessions. Result is the recipe for anxiety. Why recipe for anxiety? The deluded mind says time is short. Why the time is short? Because I want to finish all my activities instantly. We talk of the instant and junk food. Why don't you think of instant sleep? Instant
What do you
sleep.
mean?
2 minutes of sleep. Whole night you work. You wait for the messages. Who knows who will send me the message?
I used to be that way.
Oh, you used to be that way. I love it.
At night, yeah, I would keep my phone by me with the ringer on. Yeah.
Now?
Like, wouldn't care if it rang to disrupt my sleep. Like, if it would, I would do that if I was like seeing a girl or there was some sort of attachment or addiction happening in my life where I needed to keep hearing from that person. I would purposely be available all hours.
What is the status now?
Thank God I'm past that.
Very good. So we have to clearly and definitely end bad expectations. That is the letter E. The moment you behold the real self, B, you recognize the foolish mind, R. E letter, you end bad expectations, you awaken to the intellect. Now this intellect is not guided and dictated by the projection and delusion. This intellect is not for self-defense or image curation. It is for awakening to clarity, to have a right knowledge. The job of the intellect is to help me to think, speak, and act in peace, happiness, love, truth, and wisdom all the time in any situation, in any location, in any relationship. Job of the intellect is not a curating an image. So you see how I respond so fast?
Yeah.
Then you are crazy. You didn't think and you responded so fast. You use the intellect for self-defense because you wanted to protect your projection and delusion. The message of the first verse, behold the real self. R, recognize the foolish mind. E, and your bad expectations. A, so once you do the first three, you awaken the intellect. And K, when you awaken to the intellect, am I with the real self? Am I with myself? There is no overstimulation? No. There is no mental looping? No. Am I in peace? Yes, I am in peace. Finished. By applying the break in any situation, in any relationship, you can be free. Break can only be applied by a seeker. Non-seeker will not understand this. Behold the real self be. Let us go a little deeper. B. Letter. Behold the real self. When you are feeling empty after checking likes and dislikes, ask who is watching this feeling. Take a breath and say mentally, I am the seer, not the scroll of the masses. What is in me never changes, even when my life circumstances do. That is, behold the real self. The real self does not change. Recognize the foolishness mind. Mind says, if I don't get a reply, I am unworthy. What does that mean? It is a loop.
Yep.
So label it, it is a loop. It's a loop of the mind, caused by the foolish mind. I'm not doing it. It is always good to write down all the loop and send me the messages of all the loops that you have had, you are going to have this week.
Okay.
So recognize the foolish mind. So when you have already recognized the foolish mind, you can also understand the bad expectations and you can bring an end. You expect peace from a toxic relationship or a perfect job? It never works. Toxic relationship? I'm into full of anxiety and reaction towards you, and I'm waiting for your text message. At least you should say that I love you and I care. It is a bad expectation. Why shouldn't I be happy within myself?
Yeah.
So what you do to end the bad expectations, you pause and question. Am I placing my peace where it doesn't belong? Am I placing my happiness where it doesn't belong? Yes, I'm placing my happiness to this cute and beautiful girl. But I see my master's image. I don't see cute and beautiful. My master, I'm placing my happiness on you. It will give me happiness. That is what I do. So when you end the bad expectations, you awaken to your intellect. That intellect awakens you to the wisdom. And that wisdom can be awakened at any age.
Yeah.
This master wrote this text perhaps at the age of 20 years, when I was totally foolish. Before that, he had already written more than 50 books.
Wow.
He died at the age of 32. He contributed Eastern wisdom by more than 200 books, which are the masterpieces. Every master in the modern era refers to those books.
That's cool.
So when you end the bad expectations, you awaken to the intellect. You know mindfulness is good, but still act out of reaction. Example. So yes, I reacted out of. I act out of the reaction. No, it is not required. I should end the bad expectations. I should recognize the foolish mind. When I recognize the foolish mind, how? But I turn my mind to the real self. I'm of the nature of peace and happiness. How come the reaction is there? This is the process in the chain of the thoughts, means that I'm awakening to the intellect. You pick up one principle that you have learnt in these years every day. Every day you wake up in the morning. What is that principle I remember today? What I have learned over the last 4 or 5 years. I remember my dad picked up the phone and he is crazy. That is the principle I remember. It will not work. When I am awakened to the intellect, I remember what is right, good, and proper.
Yeah.
And then awaken to the intellect and keep returning. Awaken to the intellect. When you awaken to that intellect, it shines with the wisdom, and the wisdom says peace and happiness is within you. Keep returning to this self. You return to this self. You are not this thought. Means what? When your mind spirals, he sad me, he insulted me. Your intellect says, that is only a thought. Thought is not me. When thought is not me, let me return to myself. It can happen instantly, in a fraction of a millisecond.
Yeah.
Now you have to ask 1 or 2 more questions. Why millennials, or specifically you, need this B.R.E.A.K acronym? Your screen doesn't define yourself. Your text messages doesn't define yourself.
No.
Second reason, you are not broken. That feeling of broken, feeling of retaliation, feeling of reaction, feeling of anxiety because of mental looping. You drop the mental looping, you feel that you are not broken. You have ended the bad expectation. Very deeper. We have to contemplate and find out. I'm driving peacefully. I get a Bhaj text message. I'm excited. Can't you think of that moment? Peace and happiness. Peace and happy driving is ideal, is real. Why should I disturb myself? I will pick up the phone once I reach to that destination.
Yeah.
So the first wisdom, the first verse, I converted that knowledge and the wisdom in that first verse into your everyday struggle. Choice lies with you. You don't want to blame me that I've been attending your session for the last 5 years, no change. You hold it. Break. Behold, recognize, and awaken, return. No, keep. Just and break.
Right.
Behold, recognize, and
Awaken.
Keep returning.
Keep returning.
Match each letter to your emotion, especially when you are overwhelmed, when your mind is ready to react. That is the point where you can change yourself in the moment, in that very moment. You reflect on it. How do you reflect? You keep a journal every day. How many times I was into anxiety and break. So
Do you think that, could I ask you a question before?
Yeah.